Okay, next question. What are some tips for setting up deployment environments?
Um, yeah. Understand what kind of deployment environment means to you. And in most cases, it means where we're actually deploying our software. So do you have a test? Do you have a prod? Do you have a UAT, et cetera, a lab environment? Um, Kind of making sure that you have these means that it'll be a lot easier to filter out your data, but it'll also mean that you can actually do some auditing of what data is going in and out and understanding which environments are producing which kinds of data. At a certain level, you will want to be able to understand that for not only cost, but also the amount of metrics, traces, et cetera, that you're sending in to the back end. Um, just in terms of impact to performance and licensing and so on. So having those split apart will not only give you segmentation between the data, what's actually going on, but also give you some like actual handles um, in the future for understanding what's going on in your different environments in terms of like more business oriented metrics.
Yeah. I love that idea of segmentation of the data that Jeremy mentioned. Let me share a quick blip with you, just so you can kind of see what I'm thinking of when he says that. Like when Jeremy just used the phrase segmentation of the data, this is the exact example I think of. So on this APM service map, if I'm focused in on a particular service like this one, in this demo environment is experiencing a lot of errors. So being able to break down this view based on something like deployment environment can give me a really interesting view. Let me find environment. So that payment service, that single circle that's representing a service, I broke that down by a deployment environment value, and we can see that that's now so that the overall service is now represented by this rectangle, and then all these smaller services or circles represent the different environments that that same service is running in. So where this can potentially become super useful is like, isolating, hey, is this thing only happening in this environment? Or, maybe I've deployed, some newer code to UAT and I can see a whole bunch of errors show up there, but not in prod. It's like, hey, I can avoid a catastrophe here. I can not deploy this bad code to prod. That's a great example. Um, similar uh, similar concept breaking down by environment would be like breaking down by, something like code version. And there we actually do have a situation where all the errors are isolated to a specific version. So yeah, segmentation of the data, sending in deployment environment values with your data, gets you some really valuable views like this one.
Thank you so much for highlighting that because I'd actually totally forgot all about that showing all the different environments. Thanks, Mike.
Oh, I
Again,
love that one.
to our initial point, like don't worry about getting overwhelmed. There will be things that you don't remember at times. Like there's so much there.
Want to sign up for a future community office hours? From community.splunk.com, select events, then office hours Ask the Experts to register for a session across platform, security, or observability. Hope to see you in the next one.